I'm Jess Davis with the Ulster County Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Jess Delicious. Today we're at Aroma Thyme Bistro in Ellenville.
Hello, welcome to Aroma Thyme Bistro. This is Jamie and Marcus.
Thank you for joining us, Ulster Eateries.
We are so happy to have you here today and doing a tasting with Jess Delicious. We are so excited. This is going to be a great day and hope everybody is having a fantastic 2022.
Ooh.
Hello.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's the beet salad and the burrata salad.
Beet and the burrata.
I feel spoiled.
Most everything in there is local. The greens are from Radical Farms up in Utica. Beets are local from the Hudson Valley. Top a little goat cheese and some organic walnuts that are glazed with local maple syrup.
I am so excited to sample these salads made with fresh local ingredients. I've built the perfect bite. I've got the arugula, the cheese, the candied walnuts, and some beet on here. This salad is spectacular. I love beets, but it's the candied walnuts for me. So good.
The burrata is imported from Apulia, Italy, its birthplace. Local tomatoes from Dagley Farms that we dehydrate in our dehydrator overnight with some fresh organic herbs, olive oil from Tuscany, and a little bit of balsamic glaze from one of our favorite producers in Modena. And that is focaccia from Bredela.
Look at how rich that olive oil is. Tomatoes are so chewy and sweet with that cheese. A little bit of seasonings in here and then just the right amount of balsamic. Tonight is going to be 2 bites of everything.
Right, here's the smoker. Today we're smoking 2 things. We're smoking pork loin. That'll smoke for about 4 hours. And we'll cut those into steaks and serve that with a blue cheese spätzle, probably some sauerkraut, some local sauerkraut from Hawthorne Valley. And here we have brisket. Brisket's gonna smoke for a full 12 hours, and then we sous vide it for another 48 hours, and it becomes super, super tender and juicy. It stays juicy. Here is our hamiza. This is our version of a vegetarian or vegan pizza, actually, a vegan pizza. It's loaded with a bunch of Mediterranean ingredients like olives, roasted tomatoes, roasted peppers, roasted garlic, and it's layered with hummus. And it's on our super thin crust pizza.
This
It's been on our
smells,
menu since day one.
this smells heavenly. I can smell all the flavor. It's a little warm. When I go to a party, I tend to hover around the hummus and the fresh chopped vegetables. This is all of that on a pizza.
Like crunchy, kind of like electric.
Hello, Facebook. Hi, everybody. Jamie here. It is Cocktail Time with Jamie. And today I have a special guest with me.
I'm sure probably like myself, all of you probably really found this happy hour live with Jamie to be a special part of each day through the pandemic. I remember early on in COVID, how cool it was to see Jamie hop on.
Using Rum 44 from Vermont, from Mad River. We're using Natalie's fresh grapefruit juice, St. Elder Pamplemousse, which is a grapefruit liqueur, and I'm going to top it off with a little bit of soda. Tikka Masala chicken for you.
So we take local Jersey tomatoes and we slow braise the chicken and Jersey tomatoes with a bunch of Indian spices. So lots of garlic, turmeric, cumin, coriander, asafoetida, a bunch of different spice blend, and braise it nice and slowly and serve it over the organic rice.
I can smell all of those seasonings. It's almost like the bite hits you right in the nose before it hits you in the mouth. I cannot wait to take a bite of this. So my sister always watches these videos and tells me to take smaller bites. I'm just going to tell you at Aroma Thyme, that is impossible for me. I love to order cultural dishes when I'm out to eat, especially Indian dishes, but I'm just so unsure of what the dish will taste like. Is it going to be spicy? This tikka masala is just the perfect medley of flavors. The spices, it's sweet, it's smoky, it's warm, That slow cooked meat just melts in your mouth. This dish is a big winner.
Up next is our salmon risotto, our wild salmon risotto with local butternut squash and wild salmon from Alaska, line caught coho salmon. There's a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on there, drop of dill, and the neat thing about this is I love risotto, so risotto is one of my favorite dishes to make of all time. And we use a rice called carnaroli. Most people use arborio. Arborio is the stuff the Italians send us because they keep the carnaroli for themselves. That's the good rice. There's 3 rices that make risotto: arborio, villone nano, and carnaroli. Always look for carnaroli. That will make the best, most forgivable risotto.
They're still feeding me, and Marcus is still here with me to tell us about this dish.
So roasted portobello mushroom. So we have great steak, we have great seafood, and we love our vegetarian friends. I love to eat vegetarian. I'm primarily vegetarian. I can appreciate all foods. So vegetarian is not an afterthought for us. It's a main thought of when we put food together. So this is a portobello dish from local portobello mushrooms from Bulick Farms, right in Saugerties, New York, and that's where all of our mushrooms come from. So we roast these beautiful portobello mushrooms from Hudson Valley. We top them with a little bit of goat cheese, some roasted garlic. American roasted garlic is on top of local crushed potatoes. So we take Yukon potatoes currently from Dagley Farms in Goshen, in the Goshen area, and we boil them, season them, crush them with a little olive oil and a little roasted garlic, and that's basically our version of mashed potato.
This goat cheese is so nice. It doesn't take away from the mushroom. This reminds me of like a mashed potato / home fry.
Exactly.
Almost with like a hash brown.
We call it a
shredded
crushed potato.
It's so good. And I noticed that it's just so cozy. There's so many little pieces of detail in the restaurant that I love, like the crystal behind the bar, the photos. It's about Aroma Thyme.
Sure, absolutely. So, opened in 2003, and we love what we do. And this is, Aroma Thyme's a passion project of my wife and I. So, it's one of those things where everything you've eaten today are things we'd feed our family. Chef, as a food activist, I have certain standards on food and what really is food. We're very proud of everything that's here, including the wine, the spirits, the beer. Farm to Table is a great theme. Farm to Table is amazing. We kind of say, well, not only are we farm to table, we're wine to table, we're booze to table. And so, for example, like all the photos on the wall, not commenting on the photos, I took those photos.
Wow.
I took those photos whether it was in the Hudson Valley here at a beef farm with the owner, or whether it was in Spain or Italy or Mexico when I was actually at one of the vineyards breaking bread with the owners. So it's all about personal relationships. Now, farm to table, the food, great. You buy local food, you meet with the farmers, you understand what's going on. But for me, I want to sell wine where I've been there, where I've sat down with Giovanni Bertani, where I've sat down with Jaime Palafox. We've sat down, we've broken bread, and I've been on their vineyard with their family, and I like them. They like me, and we're happy to do business together. And so all the pictures I've taken at vineyards that I've traveled, and because we know everybody personally for years on Facebook now, people have said, oh, Marcus and Jamie, you take all these great pictures when you're in Italy, when you're in Napa, when you're in Sonoma, wherever in Spain, why don't you bring us with you? So after about 4 or 5 years of this, I said, that's a great idea. Let me start bringing people with us, our guests with us, to my friends' wineries in Italy, in Valle de Guadalupe in Mexico, which is an amazing wine region, by the way. Not many people know about Mexican wine. We have 14 Mexican wines on our wine list here that I've personally been to the vineyard and broken bread with the owners and said, this is fantastic. This is amazing. And the people are great down there. Italy, Spain, all of California, all of New York State. New York State is making amazing wine, and especially the method champenoises, the sparklings, the champagne methods are amazing. There's no reason to buy French champagne anymore. You only have to look to New York State, Long Island, Hudson Valley, and Finger Lakes. You're covered for champagne. You never need to drink French champagne again. Support local, support families, support people who you like. So we started taking people away and formed this whole spin-off company called VIP Winery Vacations.
I've heard about this.
Because when you travel with Jamie and I, you're a VIP. They roll out the red carpet. The unique thing about us is when we take you to a vineyard, most tour companies will call the hospitality division and book a tasting. I go on WhatsApp and I message the owner of the vineyard I messaged like people like Giovanni Bertani and myself and said, Giovanni, I'm coming with 20 people on June 19th. I need a tasting, a tour, and oh, by the way, can I guest chef at the chateau, at the estate? And that's how we book our tours. My calling was not only putting great food on the table, because when you put great food on the table, a lot of us don't question how it's made, how it's grown, how it's packed, where it's shipped from, what are the chemicals in it, what's actually in it. But when you come full circle and understand that not only are you pleasing the guest, but you're pleasing the producer, the salesperson, the supply chain. When you're making the supply chain happy, that's when you become a full circle chef. That's when you've made everything congruent and fall into place. And that was my calling.
What is this?
This is our s'more skillet. Marcus will tell you more about it, but that is local cashew gelato, right, Marcus?
Yes.
It is incredible. Creamier than regular ice cream, dare I say. Thanks, you guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So this is brownie. This is our famous brownie. Marshmallows, which are vegan marshmallows, by the way. No chem, super clean marshmallow. Graham crackers, organic graham crackers. You can get either local Ronnie Brook ice cream, or this is Organic Nectar's cashew gelato.
Oh, I know her. Next dessert, as we're sampling this dessert.
This is a flourless chocolate torte. So raw organic cacao powder, raw coconut flakes, raw coconut expeller pressed oil, and chocolate. And this is a super dense. This is the dessert that you could not eat tonight here because it's so dense. You take it home, you leave it in your refrigerator, you leave it uncovered, it gets a little crust on it, you sprinkle a little sea salt on it. In the morning with your coffee, 1 spoonful of that with your coffee is amazing the next day.
Okay, I'm dying to try that torte, but let's just talk about this marshmallow. It is heavenly. With the graham cracker, with the chocolate, with that ice cream. If you haven't been to Aroma Thyme Farm to Table Bistro in Allenville, it's time to get here because everything here is just delicious. Cheers.